First, let's go to the website cathoiiot.com. You can choose to register using your cathoiiot.com account or your GitHub account. If you choose to register using your cathoiiot.com account, you need to fill in your name, email address, and phone number, and we can also attach images. You can fill in this section if you have a company name. The optional sections can be filled in or left blank. Here, we enter our password and then confirm it. Please check the PDPA regulations as well. Then click Request Provisioning. Then we need to verify our email address, and it will be sent to our real email address. Next, log in with your CatIT email address. Before that, you'll see that the page is still empty. In this section, I recommend clicking on Profile. There you can set your name and add a picture. Now, once you've finished entering the information, press Save. It will save it for us. This one is available for download from the cathhop.it.com library. I left the link on YouTube, okay? Once you've downloaded it, extract the zip file to the location where you downloaded it. It's a zip file. Don't forget to install Arduino Zin and also PubSub client. This is the version shown in the image. You must find basic telemetry in Arduino IDE. Okay, if we find the basic section, we'll open it. Once we open it, we'll enter the Wi-Fi SSID, which I've already entered, and the password. Next, we'll add a device. Click on Device as shown in this image. We'll name it Device. After clicking, copy the ID, then paste this ID into the Device ID field. For the broker section, copy the files from the gear icon. For the port, select the correct port. In this case, it's 883, which is already selected. Therefore, copy the McTuser and McPass files as. You can watch the video right away. There's an announcement about a client. It's an instant Wi-Fi solution from ESP. You can see that we've left the fifth parameter empty. You can ignore that. It's an instant setting. A variable for sending data is declared every 5 seconds. The Wi-Fi commands in void step set netclient to set insecure, which sends data in TLS format. Then start using IOT begin. That finished the setup function. So let's look at the loop function. Okay, in the loop function, the data we're sending will be in mock data format. That's the data format for sending values. The data we're using to send, the function we're using to send it, is sendTelemetry. We're sending multiple values, and right now we can send Boolean strings or numbers. The values in this format will be in the form of key and value pairs. The one I'm using is an ESP32. To receive the port, use port 6. Next, check the port and board you're using to make sure everything is correct. If you're sure there are no errors, you can press Upload. Once the upload is complete, check the displayed results. Back on the dashboard, let's create a widget. In this case, I've chosen digital value, enter name, and you can leave a description blank. Importantly, don't forget to include the subscribe key. Please enter it in units, or you can add decimal places. I'll repeat this part of the widget explanation again. This time it will be about humidity. Enter the same values as before. Enter this as the title or description. You can include a description or not. Notice that the option is an option, and there's no red asterisk. We should be able to enter the data without any errors. Okay, this time I'll try adding it as an LED indicator to the desktop. It's the one that's been added to the LED indicator widget under the True Condition setting. The True Condition parameter sends information when the condition is true or matches the command. It will display on. This is a condition in the case of a true condition. In this case, I'm using a Boolean. We don't need to write anything in the true condition. The device is online, and once it uploads, data is being. Press save, and it should work. The yellow light will turn off if the condition is false, meaning the data is being sent in a false format. Next, we'll select a widget of the time series type. In the time series analysis, you can add keys and use multiple telemetry keys to display and compare values. As per the information provided, use the keys in the code board. Enter the telemetry keys now. They are temperature, humidity. You can adjust the graph color and also specify units and decimal places. The results will then be displayed like this. We can also fill in other dust levels if we want to try, such as filling in a time window to show historical data, or showing the maximum number of data items. It can be displayed one at a time. As for show y-axis, it will display the numbers on the side. Next, I think we should try working with data tables. A data table is quite similar to a time series. We need to name and add a description optional. Importantly, we should include a telemetry key following the time series format. The data fields for entering information are the same. You can fill them in and view the values. All data can be entered and viewed retrospectively for up to 500 entries. This applies to both. Okay, here's the next example. This example is Advanced Telemetry Multi-Value. If you encounter this example, it's similar to the others, similar to the previous example. But it will be set as a separate setting, as you can see from what I've highlighted. That's a separate IOT credential setting. It will send the same data, but it will send multiple values. Let's move on to the next example is Advanced Command Handling, which will be receiving commands from the dashboard. If we observe, it only uses two parameters: NetClient for connecting to Wi-Fi and DeviceID for selecting the device to connect to. Because the different settings are configured separately via setMcThost, setMQTT port, or setMQTT credential. Let's look at another point, set command callback, where we need to include you. We need to declare the function first, which in this case is onCommanderSide. Okay, let's take a look at the onCommanderSide function. It will receive values in the form of a key and a value. We'll check if the key matches the one we've set, which in this case is toggle light that I'm using, by checking it through an else if street. Here, it will be in the form of a command and payload. Follow the parameters we've set. Also, every time we need to send a callback to the dashboard. Here, if we look at sending telemetry data with multiple values, we'll see parts like light status on, command, and payload. It's the part with the command and payload keys that needs to be sent back. Next, let's configure the widget. In this case, I'll choose a toggle switch and name it. Okay, then subscribe to the key that matches the command we'll be receiving the value from. And this is the toggle light, right? And this part is the on/off payload. We need to enter the correct conditions. As you can see in our if payload, we have on 1 and true, and else if is off 0 and false. You can set the values accordingly. It will then check if the status is correct, and after. Do the same thing as before. Copy the MQTT settings and paste them here. This includes the MQTT password, MQTT user, MQTT port, and MQTT host. Please set a Wi-Fi name, its SID, and password. Then fill in the device ID before you press upload. Now let's look at the results. Let's test turning it on and off. As you can see in the image, the action processing involves sending real-time data using commands and payloads that are in the form of telemetry. This is why the data is displayed so quickly. Right away, we'll try creating a LED indicator to display the LED on/off status on the dashboard. Okay, let's set the color. In this case, I'll choose pink. When it's off, it will be solid black. Make sure to select the correct key, which in this case is light status. Then, set it to on so that you receive the on message according to the value sent into send telemetry MUDI value. It's on again now. See, it's pink. When it's off, it's black. It depends on whether you turn it on or off. Okay, next let's try creating the last widget, which is a command widget of the slider type. I'm going to name it Speed Motor. And the key is to set the speed. As you can see, it will send command payload data, but we didn't send it as a multi-value file. Multi-value fields allow you to use opening and closing curly braces and enter various types of data. But here we're sending a single, individual value. We can send it like this. Now open the serial monitor to test the widget we've configured. Here, we've set it to 54. Let's look at the serial monitor. It should display 54 as well. See, it displays the data in real time, and all the data is saved to the database. Next, let's look at another example. This one is a simple setup. This is an example of how I recommend everyone should configure things because it only declares NetClient and device it in the library itself. Other settings can be configured separately via the Settings menu. Okay, now let's take a look at how to use the website itself. What I'm doing here is styling. Widget. When we press the Edit Mode button, we can arrange the widgets. We can choose from various screen sizes. For now, I've chosen the free size XL. That's the case where the screen size is greater than XL. You can edit or delete it now. When in edit mode, here, I'm looking at the desktop size. With Algae, we can adjust these sizes. What are these sizes for? They're for displaying content according to the screen size we're using. For example, the desktop S. See, as soon as we arrange it, it automatically arranges it and saves the data. When we exit, it saves the data to Database. This is the MD size. which is the top-down size. This is a mobile-sized widget, but it displays correctly on all device sizes. You can rearrange, resize, or move the widget as you like. Okay, next I'll demonstrate the buttons I don't use. This button is for creating a group. We've come up with a name for it. We can place this widget inside that group. That's another way of categorizing things. For those who want to organize, you can arrange widgets to make them look nice like this. Once we've added it, the widget will appear in the group. The video is a little choppy because I'm using a laptop with not so powerful specs. Please wait a moment. Here, you can click the toggle in the upper right corner to change the color. You can change the theme in the settings. This section is for the MQTT broker that I've already registered with and Cathoa. The session limit is 100 sessions, and the data transmission traffic is limited to 10 GB. The broker I'm using is Hive MQTT, which is the broker I signed up for. Please try not to exceed 10 GB of traffic. Let's all help each other out, as we're still in testing mode. If you have any feedback, please leave a comment below.